We're live.
Okay, perfect. Special Commission meeting, 6 o'clock PM, Thursday, August 17, 2023. Pledge of allegiance, please. Bye.
Pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Jacobs?
Here.
Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem? Here. Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins?
Here.
Vice Mayor Morset?
Here.
Mayor Mohammed?
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you. Public comments related to agenda items and good and welfare. Does anyone from the public wish to speak at this time? Nope. Okay, so then I'm going to go into number 5. Presentation 5.1, investigation of Commissioner Jacobs, Attorney Haddad, and...
May I, Mayor?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Commission. For the record, Jacob Horowitz, your interim town attorney. You may recall several months ago, Mayor and Commission, the Commission, at the request of the town's HR director, authorized and directed your town manager to engage outside counsel to conduct an investigation with regards to certain allegations as it relates to Commissioner Jacobs. Mr. Jimenez, at the request of the commission, did reach out to Tanya Haddad Coleman, who is an attorney in Broward County. She's been around for a long time, practicing labor law and some other related matters, and engaged Ms. Coleman to conduct an investigation consistent with the commission's direction. The commission had publicly requested this specific investigation, and Ms. Haddad Coleman is here this evening to present her report on a limited basis, to offer her findings, and to answer any questions that the mayor and commission may have of her. Again, I have Ms. Coleman with me this evening, and I would turn the matter over to her unless the mayor and commission have any questions prior to her brief presentation.
Does anyone have any questions prior to her? Nope. Then I'd like to let her do her presentation.
Thank you. Would you like me to stand or may I?
You can sit. Just make sure your mic is on. It's green.
Middle.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. As Mr. Horowitz said, my name is Tanya Haddad Coleman, and I was hired by you all to conduct this investigation. I believe you've all received my 17-page report and accompanying documentation, video, and things of that nature, which were reviewed in connection with this investigation. From a procedural perspective, first, I want to briefly explain that this investigation was conducted in accordance with your investigation procedures as delineated by the town, which were signed in March of 2023. And I was asked to review possible violations of a code of conduct that was signed in as Resolution 2020-090 in December of 2020 when Commissioner Jacobs was mayor. I reviewed all the documents with which I was provided, and I was also given a list of names of people with whom I could speak. I was able to conduct interviews of 13 people, and 8 of those people were current employees or commissioners, and 5 were former. I was given names of several other people with whom I should speak. They did not wish to speak with me. I also reached out to Commissioner Jacobs through his counsel on 4 separate occasions, asking either if he would like to participate or if he had any names of individuals with whom he wished for me to speak or any documentation he wished for me to review, and I did not receive any. As explained in the documentation that I provided, upon interviewing all of the witnesses and reviewing the voluminous and extensive amount of materials with which I was provided, it did appear to me that there was a very overwhelming sense by all of the employees and commissioners with whom I spoke that a hostile, volatile workplace was what was being suffered at the hands of Commissioner Jacobs within the town of Pembroke Park. It also appeared, based on the investigation, and again, this is beyond just the words of people, it was documentation, videos, some of which were Commissioner Jacobs' direct own words, that appeared to have messages that would be considered racist, homophobic, sexist, anti-Semitic, and perhaps very threatening. Some of the statements in writing, including posts on social media, based on the totality of everything with which I was provided and the people with whom I spoke, did seem to rise to a level of intimidation and creating a hostile work environment.
If I may, Mayor, just offer one comment. You'll notice, as you review Ms. Haddad Coleman's report, there's a reference to Resolution 2020-90, which was adopted back in 2020. Just for reference, that resolution was in place and effective at the time that our special counsel was engaged. That was the predicate for her report. But as a reminder to the Mayor and Commission and to those who are otherwise in attendance, the Commission has since repealed that resolution and codified the Code of Conduct as an ordinance in the town code. So the substance of the resolution still exists and is enforceable in the town, but it's currently an ordinance that's been codified in our code. The resolution that's referenced has since been repealed, but the substance of the resolution is no less in effect.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you. Okay. Everyone has had an opportunity to review the report, correct? Okay.
Yes.
At this point, we need to decide what options are available to this commission and what direction that we would like to take to move forward to healing our town and stopping this type of behavior. You have a statement. I'm going to.
Yeah, I have a statement I'd like to read after this, but I think we should, I would like to motion that we send this special counsel report to all the relevant government entities. I don't know if you have a comment on that.
Well, again, the commission, as I've discussed with each of you privately and publicly to some extent, the commission is somewhat limited in its ability to, reprimand or penalize its own. Remember that each of you is not accountable to one another. You are each accountable to the people that elected you. So in the context of penalties, your options may be somewhat limited. However, Vice Mayor, as you indicated, transmitting the report to any one of those investigatory or oversight agencies is clearly within the town's authority.
I would suggest that possibly that we use Ms. Haddad's statements and findings, and that we put it together in a package and have it looked over by, make sure it's properly done, and send it off to the governor if necessary.
Thank you. So you have a motion on the floor to send to all the
Yeah,
appropriate.
the special counsel report to all the relevant government entities.
Okay. And are you seconding that? Or?
Yes, I would second that.
Okay. Is there any further discussion?
Yes,
Okay, let's go.
the town clerk already has, outside the dais, she's already sent everything to the Office of Inspector General. I was CC'd on an email where it was sent a couple days ago with all the backup to this. So she acted on her own outside the commission and sent it off to the Inspector General herself.
Okay.
I believe that's her right to do so as a citizen.
She's the town clerk.
She's also a citizen.
She's-
She has a right to protect herself.
Yes. Okay. So is there any other discussion that you would like to have other than the fact that she exercised her
There's a
right?
great deal of discussion I would like to have about this.
Okay.
So, for starters, the town of Pembroke Park spent $19,000 on this investigation with this attorney. Outside, there was no cap, no dollar amount set. Go through every single person that's on here. We can start with Melissa Anderson. She's a disgruntled former town attorney who was terminated.
I'm going to ask that you keep
That's
the,
not true. Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to ask that you keep the relevancy of the discussion to the findings and the movement of this commission, and not attack the folks that participated in the investigation.
All right, so here we go. Loose lips sink ships. That's a Navy term. Keep your mouth shut. Problem is, I'm liked with a lot of electeds around the state. I have a lot of friends around the state. So when commissioners here attend other events like they recently did, and they start talking about the plan that they have in place to have me removed by the governor and put someone else in my seat, that's what we call a sunshine violation. The fact that 4 of them are in cahoots to have me removed from the dais because they don't like me. I did nothing illegal. They're trying to make me out to be something I'm completely not, only to cover up the corruption, the fraud, and everything else that's happened in this town for decades. This month alone, we've lost 3 of our executive staff. Our town manager, our HR director, and our finance director have all resigned.
All because of what you spouted
Have done
to
to
them.
Let him, we're going to give him his
Under
opportunity. and
my
then-
administration, no one ever resigned. Those people did not resign.
Terminated.
So apparently I can't talk about the truth, because the truth is a lot better than what you're hearing from these people here. I guess we're just going to have our day in court, and the commission's going to find out what civil implications are. This is a total witch hunt of 4 commissioners coming after one because of falsified lies they've been fed, mostly by Mayor Ashura Mohammed and her return to the dais. You can stand up here and smile, it's all right, but you have fed them a lot of lies. So I will save this for the courtroom, and we'll discuss it there.
Okay. I am going to just address a couple of things that you said, because we do have to basically make sure that the record is straight and actually correct and accurate. So, number one, I have not fed any commissioners any stories, lies, or any other conversation I've had. Mr. Hodgkins, have I had
No,
pretty much any
never
kind of
spoken to
conversation
in
with you
private,
ever?
Only on the diet.
Only on the day. So, yeah, I appreciate the fact that you like to state that I've met people, that I've fed people lies. You have repeatedly, I mean, if you look at the report, you've actually gone through the community telling people that I've stolen money from BSO or USDA, but yet the money was spent on the lift stations in the town, $2.5 million, of which you signed off on that in 2021 when I was not here. You signed off, paid that off. So it would be appropriate and appreciative of you to actually state the facts for the record. People have been fired while under your administration. People have resigned. They have left this city because they cannot deal with the hostile work environment that you have created, that you are continuing to perpetuate on this community. Our community needs to heal. Our community needs to move forward. Our residents do not need to be scared when they have an issue with anything going on in the city. They need to be able to come to a safe environment, have that conversation, and deal with and fix the problems that they're facing. Our staff, nope, stop. I am talking right now. I'm making this personal. I am not making this personal. You have had 13 people come to speak up regarding this issue. I have even given Ms. Haddard several names of people who I thought might want to speak on your behalf, and they chose not to participate. So that says a lot about what's going on. We have not had communication. Did I meet really Melissa Anderson in person? No, I did not meet Melissa Anderson. So therefore, you cannot say that I'm feeding a bunch of employees a bunch of lies. Everybody's coming back with the same exact statements. You have a habitual policy, tendency, or whatever to create a hostile work environment to these staff members. I was not here. I was in California, was I not?
You've said that on the dais. You said you were
Okay.
in California, New York, and Hawaii for the last 2 years.
Okay, so
So
explain.
you weren't even here in town, and you ran for office.
Because I never gave up my address. I can go on vacation. Sorry, I do like to travel. I apologize for that if that's an inconvenience for you, if that's a problem. But again, the issue is you have several people who have said the same thing over and over. We did not force you to sit here and send emails out to people. We did not force you to sit here and harass people. People come here to do a job. They're here, they get a paycheck, they're here to do their job, and that's what they are paid to do. They're not here to be abused. They are not here to be spoken down to like children. They are not here to be at your beck and call to be beaten on and treated like a goalpost. They're here to do their job, and you have affected that for the past 4 years since you came into office. And to talk about other things that you've done, you have been using the town credit card as if it's your own personal piggy bank. So there's a lot of things that need to be discussed and brought forward so that we can correct these problems and stop them from happening. You're not here to use this as your personal office to treat people badly. You're not here to use the town money to do whatever vindictive issues you have against BSO. You are here to do a job, and that is to serve this community, and you are not doing that, and you are making it hard for us to retain employees and for people to do their jobs. I have employees coming to me upset, crying. That is not fair to me. I am not a psychiatrist.
Actually, that same employee came to me crying. Do you realize?
Oh, wait, I didn't even state which employee.
I know
never
who
stated.
it is.
No, I said
It's the same
employees,
employee
plural.
that's
I
filed
said
false
plural.
and malicious claims against their supervisors, twice here in the town. They've become a liability at this point. But you don't see that. You let employees sit here and send child porn back and forth between their phones, and you let them continue to work here after that and don't do a legitimate investigation. I got handed that after you had left.
You did not
It
get
had to
handed-
have a legitimate
You did not get
investigation.
handed that after
Oh,
I had
yeah.
left. But the funny thing
We
is, you
did.
made a payout to somebody that actually stated in those emails that they were engaging in sex with minors, and that's who you made a payout to. You
So-
didn't do a full proper investigation, which makes absolutely no sense.
I'm not going to argue with this.
Okay, so we're going to move
courts-
forward.
the
Is there
courts
anything else you would like
settled.
to add for this?
So
The
that
court
was-
settled. No, the courts didn't settle.
You know,
You did a settlement agreement here in the
Here's the
city, so
thing.
please
If-
state the facts.
If they really want to know the truth about what's going on, public record request my emails. Look into my emails. Look at what I'm requesting for public records. Look at what I'm sending off to the Office of Inspector General. The public needs to know really what's going on in this town. It comes out of my email. It's all public record. You guys are welcome to it anytime you'd like. All the complaints that I've filed against these particular people in here that were terminated, one for 4 violent outbursts over a year, and he was able to maintain employment. As you see, the town manager is not even here this evening.
Okay, we're not going to attack the employees.
But
Okay, we're
I'm
not.
telling you,
This is enough. Enough
if
is
you really
enough.
want to know the truth, go through my emails. Please take the time. They're all public record. Go right through them, read through them, and you will see the truth. We have a lot of problems here, and it stems right from the mayor's office. And, you know, a vote of no confidence should come, but the problem is...
Actually, a vote of no
the other
confidence
three
would be
believe
made
in
right
you.
here on this dais right now regarding you being on this dais.
That's
And
fine.
I'm sure that it would pass 110%. However, we
And
don't
I'm
have
not going to sit up here and argue with
Move
you. We'll deal with this in the courtroom down the road.
Let's
Just for the record, I spoke with a lot of the employees and who were leaving, and they said they would stay if you weren't here. So that kind of says a lot to me,
They said the same to me.
how this town employees feel about you.
Yep.
Okay. There's a motion on the floor. There is a second. If there is nothing, well, I know you want to read your,
Yeah, it's just a statement,
you wanna
but...
read your statement.
Okay, well, first I will start it with a little southern proverb, and then it goes, the ones doing the accusing are usually the ones doing the doing. That's an old southern proverb. I think we're in the South. I like to read this, do my best to do it clearly. Commissioner Jacobs, it is with great sadness and disappointment that we're having this meeting. Unfortunately, in the short time I have been here, your actions towards your colleagues, staffs, residents are appalling. As a commission, we have tried to minimize the liability you're bringing upon the town, which will be at a cost to the residents. You continue to discredit and bring false accusations towards your colleagues and previous commissioners. You're misusing staff's time and creating a hostile environment. You are bringing up situations from over 20 years ago, which are moot points, all to tarnish individuals' reputations that are not present here to defend themselves. The stampede of resignations are all because of you, because you are not going to allow, and they are not going to allow you to ruin their professional reputation based on your obsession to put others down to make yourself look better. Unfortunately, your professional failures are not our concern, but the damage you are causing our town is. Now you have provided, for your own selfish reasons, information to the media that jeopardizes and leave our police department vulnerable. At the conception of the police department, you stated the cost of the police department was going to be $1.7 to $2 million. As soon as you were told that the numbers were incorrect by the finance director and an independent consultant, you continued to ram the police department down the throats of your fellow commissioners. Even when you were asked to table the hiring of the chief of police by your colleague, you continued to, with your selfish and egotistical behavior, you have attempted to fire and humiliate every employee that gets in your way, bringing negative publicity to the town. The police success or failure is in your hands. Your action of contacting the media have exposed and had detrimental effects to the function of our police department. I ran to move our town forward, not to continue looking in the rear view mirror. If anybody has failed the police department, it's you. Your actions from the past are a clear indication of how you have no boundaries and are disrespectful for the rights of others, and how you have demonstrated that you have no value, that you do not value anybody else's opinion or human constitutional civil rights or liberties. My greatest concern is that you feel entitled to harass, belittle, retaliate against staff, exposing our residents to pay for your destructive behavior. I hope this report makes you stop and look at your behavior and stop the desire to hurt, intimidate, and expose our town to further liability.
Thank you.
All right, so I want to talk about the police department with everyone here.
Actually,
I built this police department.
That's not
I
the
did.
point. That's
I'm sorry.
not the point. of
No.
the meeting.
I built this police
There's-
department. They want to bring it up and discuss and blame me for the demise of this police
I'm
department.
sorry, there is a motion on the floor, and we are going to address that. You had the opportunity to speak. We've gone through.
Okay.
Whoever would like to speak. We're going to move on the
As
motion.
you see, they continue to silence me.
No, you had the opportunity to speak when you spoke and said all the things about the fraud in the
But
town.
now you brought up the fact you're blaming me for the
call her.
demise of the police.
If I could just have
I
a
believe
moment,
it's my
please.
right to be
I
able to
just wanna
speak out
go
if you're going to
ahead.
accuse me of ruining the police department. So when you guys were elected, we had 20
Roll
of
call?
22 full
Roll
officers
call.
staffed.
Roll call has been called.
This commission voted to terminate.
Commissioner Jacobs,
No. This
Acting
commission,
Clerk Commissioner Kasham,
the police chief,
yes.
they voted to terminate.
Clerk
the-
Commissioner Hodgkins,
Yes.
Then they voted to
Vice Mayor Morset,
terminate the
Yes.
accreditation manager.
Mayor Mohammed,
Yes.
Then they took horrible advice.
4-1.
against
I
my-
would like to make a statement, please, and if you could just hold on for 2 seconds. He went ahead, the reason why OIG received all the documents, and yes, I did send them, was because Commissioner Jacobs, within the last 2 weeks, has placed numerous formal complaints against me. And in addition to that, they requested that information. And I included him in that because every single email he sends me includes the OIG. So he is in that email because I was not hiding it. I was providing them what they asked for. You asked for it. Therefore, it is what I have to do to provide public records.
And the reason they're included in these emails is you're failing to provide my public records request and failing to provide me with the documentation.
Sir, with all due respect, I'm not the one that fills public records request.
Okay. We're going to move on.
The town clerk is responsible for the town records.
on, Mayor,
and the
you were
public
saying?
records request.
Okay.
This
with
is what we deal with in Pembroke Park. It is nothing different from Bozoville back in the 1980s and 90s.
This is what happens.
Same thing all over.
Okay, we're finished with.
Be kind
I
of
think the meeting
respect
is
the
over.
procedure.
We covered
Thank
everything
you.
on it. so.
Yes, this discussion is over. We are now moving forward with the rest of the agenda, which is announcements. There is a back-to-school giveaway here this Saturday, August 19th, from 10 to 4 p.m. here at City Hall. There is also the next workshop commission meeting, which will be Tuesday, August 23rd at 6 o'clock p.m. With that being said, is there a motion to adjourn on the floor?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 6:24.